Slicing and suicide, the cause behind both these acts. Egoistic suicide seems to be on the rise in the modern world among adolescents and children. But slicing, or the act of self-infliction of injuries such as cuts on the skin, are increasingly popular as well, especially among the female population. Slicing can occur on two psychological bases. One is when someone slices themselves in a place that is easily visible to others, most commonly the forearms. Such slicers are less likely to commit suicide, as it is a sympathy-seeking behavior and a sign of wanting attention for their problems. The second is when a person slices themselves with a view that slicing is a form of self-punishment, and it seems to relieve them of some internal pain. This is usually done in places not easily visible to others. This is a sign of psychological distress, showing how desperately they want a solution to their problems. They may also be depressed with themselves. In some instances, peer pressure can also result in slicing. Slicing does not lead to suicide. While conducting a survey in India, I found many college girls with slice marks on their forearms, mostly due to difficulties with interpersonal relations. Surprisingly, when I got back the filled-out papers, the girls with slice marks claimed that they only think of suicide but would never really attempt it. Most slicers say that they wanted to make the people who hurt them feel sorry, whereas in suicide, there is no turning back to see whether the person really felt sorry or indifferent for causing trouble. In India, 2 in every 10 people have positive feelings towards suicide. The similarities between slicing and suicide lies in the fact that they may both stem from emotional harm, which eventually leads to wanting to cause physical harm to themselves using material tools. Slicing also indicates that the person is unwilling to face their problems, and in some cases it shows a certain amount of resistance to changing themselves when they are in the wrong. I once knew a girl, 17 years old, who had the habit of stealing things that belonged to her classmates. When she was caught red-handed, she would make multiple slice marks on her arms to make people believe that she feels remorse for her behavior. But in reality, she never made an effort to change herself. Dealing with slicers isn't easy. If your child shows signs of slicing, don't cry and beg them to stop. Drag them to a psychologist or just talk to them if it's their first time. Slicers are mostly adolescents, and they do this for attention or because they have seen their friends do it. They need to realize that there are more efficient ways to solve a problem, and a trip to the psychologist wouldn't hurt. Sympathizing with slicers does not solve anything. They'll only feel inclined to resort to slicing any time they face a problem.